What's up? Honor Hammer 26 here, and this video is going to be very long overdue. I want to talk about Mitsuharu Misawa and what he meant to me. I got on YouTube the Monday after he passed away, and I've wanted to do a video on it since then, and I'm just getting around to it now. I first heard of Japanese wrestling in late 2004, early 2005, when I picked up the Hard Knocks Best of Chris Benoit DVD. And watched, there was 3 matches on that card when he was Wild Pegasus versus Jushin Liger, which I thought was a great match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which is from New Japan Pro Wrestling, versus Eddie Guerrero, who was under the Black Tiger gimmick then, and the Great Sasuke, who Dave Meltzer gave that match 5 stars. And I always wanted to see more Japanese wrestling from then. I had heard of Noah and All Japan, but I'd never seen any of it. Then, fast forward about 2.5 years. Throughout that time, I've been watching WWE and TNA. 2007, I heard of ROH. First DVD I picked up, or one of the first ones, was Manhattan Mayhem 2. On that card, they announced that 4 Japanese wrestlers were going to come to the United States for the double shot of Glory of Honor 6 weekend. And the big announcement was, usually it would be Kenta for that kind of thing, but it was so overshadowed by Mitsuharu Misawa. And he was getting one of the loudest chants I had ever heard in Ring of Honor to that point, and still to today, when he was just announced he was coming. And that's when I determined myself that I had to see Mitsuharu Misawa before I bought Glory of Honor 6 weekend. Unfortunately, I didn't. I didn't know what I was missing out on. I bought Night 2 of Glory of Honor 6, and the reaction he got that night was amazing. And I truly knew what, at the age, I think he was 45 when he did that match, or 46, based on when his birthday was. I'm not 100% sure on that. And he could still work a stiff style, one of the best in the world at that point, and still is one of the best in the world, Kenta. And he was the founder of Pro Wrestling Noah, which is now my favorite Japanese organization. And he has done a lot for this business. No matter who you rank the top 10 wrestlers in Japanese wrestling history, maybe even in wrestling history, Mitsuharu Misawa has to be on your list. Like, the greatest wrestlers of all time, in my opinion, are Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Mitsuharu Misawa. And maybe even Kenta Kobashi. Maybe you could add, what's his name to that list? Jun Akiyama. But that might be a little bit of a stretch there. But those 3 wrestlers, those 5 wrestlers, in my opinion, always put on great matches. Could put on great matches past their prime and before their prime. That could work with anyone. And everyone, especially YouTube, I've heard it say maybe the Kurt Angle syndrome and the Bryan Danielson syndrome, which is you put him in the ring, those people in the ring with anyone at any point, and they can have a great match. I'm going to refer to that as the Mitsuharu Misawa syndrome, because he did it long before Angle was doing it, and with more variety of opponents than Angle or Danielson was doing it. And many wrestlers today, and many companies, would not be around if it was not for what Mitsuharu Misawa has done. I knew that Pro Wrestling Guerrilla on their website mentioned that in like their little bio. And Ring of Honor did a 10-bell salute, which I thought was absolutely classy, in the Hammerstein Ballroom of all places, which is probably their biggest venue. And it was just the classiest gesture. I can't exonerate to explain the list of wrestlers who Misawa has influenced, one of the biggest being Samoa Joe. When Kobashi came to the United States, they mentioned Misawa in that match, Joe versus Kobashi, at least twice. And the tights Joe wears are replicant of Mitsuharu Misawa's, and a lot of his moves are. And Pro Wrestling Noah and the Japanese industry would not be as great as it was in the 90s or as it was now because of Mitsuharu Misawa. For those of you who didn't know, he was in a tag team match. Well, you probably do know. He was in a tag team match teaming with Go Shiozaki, who later in that night won the GHC Heavyweight Championship because of Jun Akiyama's injury against Takeshi Rikiko. Or I think it's Takeshi Rikio, maybe it is. And against Bison Smith, who has made appearances for Ring of Honor, and Takashi Saito. And he took a backdrop from Takashi Saito and eventually passed away in the ring. And a lot of people have said that's the way he wanted to go. Who's really to say? Maybe I think he might have wanted to go out in a blaze of glory instead of just a peaceful way, but that's just me. And now that I have seen a lot of Misawa stuff, I wish I had ordered it a lot earlier because I'd have a lot more, and I just can't condone you buying that stuff because you don't know what you're missing out on. I'm going to put the link of the DVD that C-Dude and Monoxide have mentioned will ruin pro wrestling for you, and it kind of did. What they mean by that is nothing can top that. Those two matches. Those are two of the best matches in wrestling history. And now this year with the WWE equivalent of one of the best matches in their history with HBK Undertaker, you will see kind of the Japanese equivalence of that, maybe even topping HBK Undertaker at Mania. And I wish, it's not going to happen, but I wish WWE would mention that and mention Japanese wrestling because it would have helped me become more of a better wrestling fan, which I am now, 5 years later. They mentioned it earlier, or keep mentioning it, when I first started watching professional wrestling back in 2004. And I can't, I want to send my condolences to Mitsuharu Misawa's family, and it's just a big loss. It's one of those people that is a legend in this business, and 100 years from now, if professional wrestling is still around, he will still be a legend in this business. There's never going to be another Mitsuharu Misawa, and that's the truth. I'm going to do my review of Glory of Honor 6, Night 2, which Misawa was on, as another tribute to him down the line. And I just can't still believe it's been almost 2 weeks since he passed. I still can't believe he's gone. And I plan on ordering way more stuff now, and I plan on getting way more into Japanese wrestling because I want to pay attention and watch more of the great Japanese wrestlers before another thing. Hopefully nothing like this ever happens again, but God forbid it does. I want to make sure that I watched enough of that wrestler before he passed. Anyway, this is a video that was long overdue and no shooter probably wants to do, but we feel the need that we have to. Anyway, I'll see you later. As I mentioned, I might do my Glory of Honor 6 Night 2 review from Ring of Honor next as a tribute to him. The latest, I'll be back Thursday night with my NBA 09 draft thoughts as my first sports video. And Sunday I'll be doing my Bash review. So look out for those. On November 26th, I'm out here.